All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm a minute or so early. I think we have something coming on the calendar. Let's take a quick peek.
1 minute remaining.
Calendar. Calendar. All right, so we're looking for the Bank of Canada, and then we're in the clear for a little while. Good. So we'll let that news come through. We have really nothing to worry about. Let's go take a peek at our daily chart. So, going all the way back to this measure bar, we're still within the range. We came really, really close this morning, right? It's still a bullish bias. And if we look at today specifically, we have an outside bar compared to yesterday. So it holds even more bullish bias. And so we're looking to make higher highs. Okay, so let's take a look at that on an hourly scale. Right, and then on an hourly scale,
So the Bank of Canada report states valuations of some financial assets appear to have become stretched, which increases the risk of a sharp correction. Some indicators of debt serviceability look to be increasing more sharply and warrant monitoring. The Bank of Canada say debt serviceability and asset valuations are key risks to stability. Valuations remain under pressure in parts of the commercial real estate sector. Not all asset managers have fully reflected these reduced valuations on their balance sheets. Stretched asset valuations may not properly reflect risk to economic outlook, thereby boosting likelihood of disorderly price correction.
all right,
Price corrections.
I'll mute that for now since it's all CAD related. All right, so on an hourly scale, we have a ceiling directly above us. That's an hour past an hour ago. We have a floor directly below us, also from 1 hour ago. And then beyond that, we have multiple levels to look at. All right, so when we zoom into this on a 5-minute scale, then we can start to appreciate in between these levels, we may find opportunities, right? Call to actions, action points, whatever you want to call them. They're usually in between. And then that ends up building a ladder, which we will exploit as we see fit. Right. So now, as we are looking at this, the price is trying to go up the ladder, right? So we have to have a breakout in order to continue. So if it doesn't break, it bounces, right? So let's go back this way and then start looking at our boxes. All right, so if we just walked up to the computer right now, top of the hour, and put a box on the most recent swing, we would suspect the price to be able to come all the way down to the bottom of the box right here. Right? If it continues to break up, maybe it's doing 2 boxes, so we have a target, right? If in case we're wrong, we know where to not be shorting anymore. Right? So ideally, we have this bullish bias. We're trying to go up the ladder. We're now at the top of the move. We know we don't want to be playing ping pong. We want to be playing ping or pong. In this case, I want to play longs only. And so I'm waiting to buy on the red candle, right? I assume this might be a top, and I'm waiting to see a red candle to buy into. Why am I assuming this is a top? Because at the time of day, and what we've done already, right? 2 boxes, right? So we're near. This is government work. It's not precision, right? It's just an average. The box itself is an average, and so I'm looking for red candles to buy into, right? I just want to buy into this. If we have a break above, so if we break above into this box, we want to buy a retracement, right? Buy a red candle. And then as soon as you start clicking, you start counting your clicks. And you can only put 4 or 5, depending on the money you're working with. You may round up or round down. Oh, here's a red candle. Right? The target is automatically 3 pips away. The stop loss is automatically 36 pips away. There's very little for us to do here. Right? Most of the legwork, so to speak, has already been done. Right? We looked from the top on our way down. Right? We noticed an outside bar on the daily, right? Compared to yesterday. This is clearly an outside range. And so we must assume bullishness. And so, as we've been doing all week, we're also within the measure bar. And so with this bullishness, we would suspect retests of these highs, right? So maybe the ladder that we drew is just missing a rung or two, right? Maybe that's something to look forward to. And that's, oh, there's a red candle, right? And I'm in the original box, just the middle box here, so I'll put 2. And I'm saving 2 just in case we drop a little bit more, right? So I'm saving some trades for this. And then I'm saving some for the bottom here. All right, so we are bullish because of our top-down analysis, and we're now waiting to take bullish trades based on what we see here, and therefore what we end up looking at on the 1-minute chart. All right, so May 9th is turning into a profitable day, and we haven't even started yet. It's only 7 minutes into the trading session. Gotta love it. If you guys were in the chat room about 30 minutes ago or an hour ago, I suggested to buy gold. At the time, gold was at 23.1350 or so, 23.13. Now we're at 23.25. So might be a breakout coming on that end too, if you're into that shiny stuff. There we go. First winner of the day for the group session, right? The group session is hopefully contained to these 2 yellow lines. Right? We want to make winning trades in here. The stuff that I have hanging around is because I'm in front of this sometimes 10 hours per day, forward testing the strategy. Right? The stuff we do as a group tends to work on its own. All right, so our 5-minute chart, the ladder that we drew with our mind's eye, we are now respecting one of the rungs and anticipating a move about 9 pips away. This happens to be 8 pips. Not bad for, eyeballing it. And then this is more precise. This is more in line with what the market is capable of doing, because we can actually measure the facts as you would with the measuring cup. So we typically do look at the daily average. Right? So today we've done about 47 pips or so. Let's see. 46, 47 on an average of 57. And so we're looking to add 2 more boxes, 18 pips or so, preferably to the top side. right? So we're trying to get to 785, 790, right? That'd be a good place to become a bear temporarily, right? You're not selling at the top to come all the way back down. We're selling to make a wick on the daily candle, right? So if we find our way up here, we are sellers up here temporarily. Okay, that's a big if. And then hourly, right? We have slowing momentum up, right? Big, medium, small. Oops. Right? How much further can it go? Right. On a 5-minute chart, we are respecting the rung that we drew. I'll adjust it ever so slightly. And now we're looking to climb our way up to the next rung, right? So that climbing up would have to take place through this box. If you start the box maybe on that swing right there, we're almost at the top of the box, right? If you start your box on the break, you have another 9 pips to go. All right. I'm starting at the break because I put the original measurement at the bottom here. All right, so already it's pulled up 2 boxes. It may give back 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. Maybe we end up buying down here. Right? We don't want to deny the top-down analysis. At the same time, if the facts reinforce it, it leads you to adding to your winners. Right? We'll end up trading box number 1 for a couple hours. Now, if you can be in box number 1 and don't have any kind of drawdown to deal with, that would be golden, right? Just recycle, recycle, recycle for 2 hours. Right, so just for curiosity's sake, I'm curious to see what yesterday did to us. So yesterday we did $55, 25 winning trades, 0 losers. All right, let's see what else we can muster out of this. And I'll close my office window. There we go. It'll be quieter. So if we commit to that 2-hour window, we have a start time, we have an end time, we have expectations within these 2 limits. And that's from showing up every day, doing the same thing over and over. And that over time builds a potential average yield. Spell that out. That's your paycheck, P-A-Y. Right? So by coming in here and just replicating what you always do without having to, reinvent anything, you can actually become quite consistent, right? And then in the end, what you're trying to accomplish is stuff like this. Like you want to create a day like this on top of a day like this one, on top of a day like this, on top of a day like this, right? You just want to keep adding small winning days on top of small winning days. And then if you keep doing this, you can actually overcome Throw Up Thursday. That's what today is normally referred to. So, right, small, repeatable, achievable goals, and then stop. Come back the next day and do it again, right? This is what we did here. right? And that's what we did the day before, right? Myself, I get myself into a whole bunch of other troubles. You can see that on the chart, right? But as a group, between that 2 hour window, we're usually winners, right? Same thing the day before, our trades closed. Those ones took 24 hours to close, but they all did. Okay, so the 2 hour window sets us up for success. And I'm finding the hard way that if I start before or trade after that 2 hour window, I'm usually getting myself into trouble. All right, so it just reinforces the facts. All right, red candle in this lower box here, I'll buy that. All right, if it can come into this lower box, maybe around this level, I'll buy more. Right? My expectations is to buy cheap and have it go up. Right? Even if it retraces 1 box, 2 boxes, 3 boxes, 4 boxes, ultimately I'm trading what I saw on the top-down analysis, and I have to do it with the facts that are in front of me. Right? So here's a buy. Yeah. Let's go take a look at our dollar index like we do every day. Right there. So we had our double top, measured move. Measured move was delivered a couple days ago. Since the measured move completed, we rallied back up to resistance. Right there, this here, this, this, this. With this morning's news, we're pushing off of resistance. And so we are essentially fading the dollar, and we're doing it through the euro. Right? The euro is pushing up, and therefore, you know, it's completing what we see on the dollar index. I can take this away. I can take this away. All right, so let's close us some more winners here. Posted yesterday's video on the YouTube channel. I think it was after lunchtime. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't reviewed it, go check it out. All our group trades closed shortly after the video recorded. All right, let's push, push, push. Let's close us some trades here. I want to be recycling the clicks that I have opened. I think I have 4 or 5. Yeah, I have 4. I have 10 remaining trades from days past, and I have 4 clicks right now that I'm working with. There's 4 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this right there is what has a lot of people chasing things, right? Green, 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 making higher highs, making higher lows. A lot of people went long in this area here. And all the guys that chase this up are now getting tagged over the last 2 days. And so as the market was red for 3 days, including this morning, a lot of guys were chasing it down. Right? Red, red, red. Oh my God, it's making lower lows, it's making lower highs. I have to sell. Not realizing that it's still a range. It hasn't broken the range. And there's a bigger picture at play, right? It is making higher highs. It is making higher lows, but not on the intermediate scale. This is on the large scale. right? So it's a range within a range within a range, right? At one day within 5 days of range. And here we are trading a 1 minute bar, which is a range, and we're doing it within the last 5 or 10 minutes. All right, so it's a range within a range within a range. It's always something bigger that we're trying to accomplish. All right, so look bigger. Look to the higher time frames. We happen to be trading on the 1 minute because we kind of don't have millions of dollars, and this gives us opportunities, right? Because if you're trading on the daily chart, you're trading one, maybe two trades per day, on different instruments. This gives you a way to learn how to trade without, requiring unlimited capital. Right, so you got two winners in 20 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 minutes. Let's see if we can get some more. If I get another red nub in there, a little red candle, I'll sell it. Oh, sorry, I'll buy it. Oof. There's a retracement. Keeping it really, really simple, right? The daily chart is built 1 hour at a time. The hours are built 1 minute at a time. We are trading the 1 minute chart because we can afford to lose on the 1 minute chart. And therefore, over time, we are building the daily candle. Preferably, we're not here for the whole day, right? We're only here for 240 minutes max, right? That's a 4-hour candle. That's way more than necessary. I'm hoping to be done in 120 minutes. Right? I'm hoping to be done before 12 o'clock, my lunchtime. Right, buying the red candle on the way to the top of this box. If we get to the top of the box, we may expect a retracement, some kind of a pullback. We want to buy that pullback. All right, there's more winners, folks. Whoop, whoop. That's the stuff videos are made for. Nobody will believe it. All right. Bum, 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 bum. Not very many pullbacks or red candles. Right, imagine a daily candle, an average daily candle. Average candle on this chart here will have a wick at both ends. Right, so ultimately, if we do fulfill 2 extra boxes, maybe 3, at some point we would expect a wick on the top of the daily candle. And that's what we want to be selling for, right? So currently we are buying to create the top. Once we assume we are near the top, we can become sellers and then sell our expectation for the following 4 boxes. And so if we find our way all the way up there, we'll have sold the upper 1/10 of this range. Right, just for a pullback. We're not selling for the salt pull. We're selling at the top for a typical wick. Right? We just want to see a typical wick. For now, we have to buy our way up because we're short from the average. Couple boxes still. All right, so until we accomplish a daily average, we have to assume bullishness is at play. All right, so we've gone up 1 rung. What will happen here? Right? Are we going to fail and come back? Are we going to overtake it and hold it? Right? We'll see that here. Right? You notice these lines are average, and we did this with our mind's eye, just looking to the left. And over here, it's more dynamic, right? I get to pick and choose where I put the box. And if I put the box on that wick right there, the market has already given us 1 standard move, right? So it may come back here. It may pull and give me an entry, right there. If it comes back to this zone there, I'll buy that, right? If this is a break of that particular range, we can go all the way up to there and then expect a little bit of a pullback. Right, this is a measuring cup, and it allows me to see if I put the box on this low, we came out of the box right there. And that signifies the start of the next box. All right, so now we expect the market will find its way somewhere here. Pullback, I should have taken that. I missed it. I was too busy flapping my gums. Oh, there it is. Phew. I'm hoping to be online to do a futures trading session this evening, so check in the community about 30 minutes ahead just to make sure that I'll be there. If I'm stuck somewhere, I'll post. So this is a trade from way back here, which is kind of nice to see. Red candle. Now I have 3 in this upper box, and if it pulls back to the edge, I'll put the 4th. Right, and all I'm trying to see is if we can stay at this rung. Right? Are we going to overtake the rung, or are we going to come off it and come back down? Right? Over the last 2 days, 3 days, we've been falling down the ladder during our 2-hour session. This is, I think, the first day where we've actually gone up the ladder this week. All right. And we're not going to be here forever. We do have an end of time. All right, so how many boxes will that be? Where will that take us? How will we get there? We'll do that 1 box at a time. We'll get there when we get there. Red candle. I'm just going to exercise a little bit of patience and watch it. Let it come to me. The employment or unemployment data that came out today was not all that hot for the US, so the euro is taking advantage of it. Hence, we are fading the US dollar. Okay, red candle, push lower, right there, boom. All right, so the expectations, or my expectations, are that we go up the ladder, and then at this rung there, I would suspect a pullback, maybe a retracement. It's the number of rungs we've gone up already, right? The distance covered will be about 36 pips on this range here. All right, so if we don't come back now, if we don't pull back now, we're more likely to come back. The probabilities increase if we get up to this rung here. Right? It's just a distance. And so we're thinking ahead. We're trading the facts as we see them here, but we're anticipating our next moves. Right? If I must, and I'm not giving up on my bias, if I must, I'm willing to buy here, here, here. You know, I'm willing to buy 4 boxes worth because I'm not giving up on my bias. Right? The tide lifts all boats, and I don't want to get caught against the tide. Right? So there's times when it's called for, but this is not one of them. All right, let's close a few more winners. There'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Ooh, red candle. Maybe I recycle that trade that just closed. If I can get a red candle here, I'll recycle that exact same trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not that lucky after all. On a day like today, it's if it wasn't for good luck, we'd have no luck at all. This money is falling on our lap. Seven winners in 30 minutes. I want to see a little bit of red here. That will get me into a trade. Oop, right there. I just took 2 to replace 2 that closed. Right. Ultimately, I'm hoping to get into this box here. Maybe we have a pullback before we get into this box. $8.33. There we are. 1, 2, 3. Where am I at here? 12. $130 of drawdown on a $12,000 account. If we check the history, that's the beginning. Let's go to the end. So this is the end. These are break evens. I think we're doing okay. One loss. That was my mistake from the other day when I forgot to remove the stop loss. I was hedged and I forgot one stop loss. Yeah, yeah. In line with expectations. Good. As long as we're not, you know, throwing ourselves curveballs. Red candle near the bottom of the box. It'd be nice if it dropped a little bit more. I'll take a trade anyways. I do have space for 3 more. I must have muted the squawk box again. Yes, I did. Just before our live session in the morning, my house is still asleep, and so I have to be quiet and stuff. And then as we do the live session, my wife and daughter get up and they start to do their thing, and I can start to make noise again. I tend to forget that I can make noise again. All right, come on, couple more. Tickle me elbow. Aha, yeah, good job. Yeah, we got guys trading counter trend and making money. That's awesome. All right. The trend's not the end all be all, right? We don't have to be trend traders. We trade what we see as we see it. If you can make money with those facts, go for it. All right, so man, oh man, we're on a roll here. Let's get a pullback and try that again. We still have time. Right? Some of you may be near your 20 pips already, or 20 trades, whichever comes first. Right? Don't overdo it. The aim of the game is to leave the casino with full pockets, not empty pockets. Right? I want to pull back so I can get in. I want a retracement so I can get in. All right. It's past the bottom of the hour, so we're heading into the fix, and that's usually when we'll have an increase in volatility, and usually it propels us into closing the trades that, or closing the position that we've built. Right. So right now we're not in drawdown. We're just recycling trades. We started our day as a group here. We were in box one for about 20 minutes. Box one moved, and now we remain in box one. And box one hopefully will continue to move. Right? It's if we go back down, we end up back into box two and then 3 and 4. Let's just see this come through. I love what we're doing is assuming something and then seeing it to completion. And our assumption is either going to make us money or is totally wrong, and we have to recognize that as soon as possible. Right, so with practice, it becomes easier over time, right? You make fewer mistakes. You're focusing on the excellence of your skill, right? Oh, red candle, recycle. We just moved box 1 again, right? I have 2 trades left in this lower box, and I just opened 2 in the upper box, right? So my box 1 just moved up. No drawdown yet. Remember, the goal is to sell for a wick. That's if we go beyond the average daily range, right? So if we go beyond 56 pips on the day, that excess is something we want to participate in as sellers, right? So if we go past 795 or so, 790, all of that above here, you want to sell into that temporarily, right? Here's a buy. You're not betting the barn, you're just spending the same amount of money over and over and over, and you're making the same amount of money over and over. Right? If we go check history, oops, come on, history, there it is. Right, so every time we close a winner, it's about $1.20. Right? With slippage, maybe you win a little bit more, or maybe you win a little bit less. There's a break-even trade there. This must have been a news event. Right? Lots of slippage there. Again. Right? And so when you have enough data to start, believing in your abilities, you start to overcome this imposter syndrome, right? Once you see how capable you are, you start to believe in your ability to win, and then you build on that. Instead of calling ourselves, bad names and negative names, we can uplift ourselves just by making 3 pips. It's a lot different to win 3 pips than to lose 3 pips. And here we don't lose 3, we allow for space, right? So the industry wants us to lose 3 pips, right? Lose small, lose over and over until you get it right. And so if you lose over and over and over, when you do get it
US
right,
stock indexes move higher, the Dow up 0.5% and the S&P 500 up 0.3%.
when you do lose small over and over and over, and you finally have a win, that win makes up for your losses, and then you're stuck at break even, and you can't figure out why. And so instead of booking tiny losses, 3 or 4 in a row until you get one that works, give yourself a ton of space and then commit to doing the right thing, fixing whatever is happening before you get to your ejection seat. Right? It's a mindset shift. Instead of relying on the stop loss to tell me I'm wrong, I'm relying on the stop loss to protect the account, and I choose when I'm wrong and how I'm wrong, right? So just looking at this right there, measuring this move, 4 pips, 5 bars.
An American source familiar with the talks told Al Jazeera it was decided to temporarily stop the talks due to the current situation in Rafah.
4 pips, 5 bars, right? I can see consistency is everywhere, right? There's average moves all over the place. And so if you see an average move, try to take advantage, right? We are opportunists. If we see opportunities, if it fits a model that we are familiar with, we take the trade. Right? If it's a model you're not familiar with, you have to train your brain to be winning. Right? You have to practice it. Wax on, wax off. My friend James must still be in the islands. He's been missing from the group for a week or so. He was traveling on holidays, and he trades similar boxes as we do, but he does it with his own twist. He's usually in the group here, but he's missing for today. Must still be on holidays. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, so now I have 3 in the bottom box, and I have 2 in the upper box. We'll have the message. All right. We want to slow down the clicks in case it comes here. Right. Remember time of day, right? The London fix or the UK fix, it starts in about 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Right. So in the next 10 to 15 minutes, we would want to see a move of some kind, right? Oh, here I am picking up support, right? Picking up this area here. This right there. One, two, three. Yeah, save one for there. All right, that's awesome. Awesome. $780 or so is kind of where we want to, you know, if you look far enough to the left, let's go back to an hourly chart. I think we have tops up there. Yeah, yeah, right here. All right, so in this zone there, we want to sell. Right, when we're testing this area, all that zone there is a sell zone for us. And it's just for today, right? Tomorrow we might be buyers again. Right, so we've gone up the ladder. We held support a couple of times. Let's see if we hold this support. And we can see that through the box by adjusting the box right there. All right, I put the box on the swing high, and I assume this will be support. All right, and I'm already willing to buy this. I already said so. All right, so all right, I'm already willing to buy in this area. I'll move this off to the side so it's not in our way. And now I'm working in this box. And this happens to be the next one. All right, so it's accountability. You know, you're accountable for the clicks, All you have to do is really not jump the gun, have a little bit of discipline, a little bit of patience, pace yourself, know ahead of time where you want to do the deed. And if it's not presented to you, you don't risk that money, right? You don't have to put it all on the line, right? So save that click in case it comes later, 20 minutes later in the box. In the meantime, our hope is to recycle what's already open. Right? We're just measuring from the most recent swing high, trying to see what the market is capable of doing all by itself. Right? So if this is a top, the market has the ability to remain in this zone or break below or here or there. Right? We're just watching to see what happens next. I already know what I want to do. All right, so let's think ahead a little bit here. If I put this like so.
At 11 a.m. Eastern Time, we expect comments from Bank of Canada's Macklem and Bank of Canada's Rogers.
And if we want to kind of do something like this. Right? If we get up there, we're selling up there, right? This zone because of the previous highs right here. Right? We want to be sellers in there. And ideally, that will create the wick on the daily candle, right? And fulfill an average daily range, ADR. We're not even halfway done our 2 hours, and we've got a bunch of winners. All right. If you're already at your target, your average daily range, if you are already at your potential average yield, PAY, stop. Walk away. Leave the casino. Right? We don't know the next bar. The next bar has the ability to take all your money away. If you made it, keep it. I'm forward testing the strategy. I'm just here making sure that it works. And I know it does because I've been doing this now for over 6 years. The box has not changed, right? I review the size of the box every few months. My behavior has only gotten better over time. Becoming a specialist, right? So if we assume this is a low, let's put the box on that low. And where do we see the top, right? It can come all the way here. Right? This is just a measuring device. Right? If I push this back here, we had a false break. We came back into the box, and maybe we're coming here. Let's get ready, just in case. And maybe we go up, maybe we go down. 5 more minutes. We are right now at about 56 pips or so. $56. Our average for ADR, we're right there. Right, so anything above and beyond the top, we want to be participating as sellers. Right, we're already at the average. And so if we
At
go
11 a.m. Eastern Time, we expect comments from Bank of Canada's Macklem and Bank of Canada's Rogers.
I'll turn this speaker off so we don't have to listen to the Bank of Canada. But anything above and beyond is a selling opportunity for us. All right. Trying to see the future one box at a time. It's nice to wake up with winners in your cup. All right. Few more minutes. I really want to see some of these trades close before I let you guys go. And then we'll know what our plan is for the remaining half of the session. It's like they say in that movie Airplane, today's a bad day to quit amphetamines. Man, oh man. Assuming this is a low, we are looking for price to come over here. You know, that would be a normal outcome for this box if that's a low. Anything faster than that, right? So maybe we go faster. It prompts us to start the next box. Anything slower than that, we're going sideways. And if we're losing volatility, we're probably going down. Right, so that's the first expectation. That's the highest probability. And that's what we trade, right? Probabilities. Yeah, if you've met your target, you know what to do. I'm just going to move this off to the side. There we go. Maybe I'll put classical music on. I guess that's not copyright, is it? Come on. We're not looking for a big move here, right? 9 pips, and we close all our trades. We have a successful day, and we all get to walk away with a big smile. There we are. All right, come on. Fulfill the box, and then we can all be on our merry way. Those of you that are into futures, like I said earlier, I'm hoping to be there. I want to be there. So check in the community about 30 minutes earlier, and if I'm stuck, I'll let you guys know. I doubt I will get stuck, but just in case. I tend to save most of my tasks for the evening, my to-dos and stuff. So if I'm running around, it's usually when I should be here with you guys. Bingo. That's what we're looking for. So I've just recycled the trade that closed. Now we're going to wait a few more minutes. Perfect. If you can try to take a buy right there, do so. Sorry, I had to reopen the window. It gets really warm in here. Man, oh man, oh man. They're just killing everyone. Anybody that has, outlandish expectations, like 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 5-to-1, these types of moves here just chops everything up, right? Because it's undecided. It's not making highs, it's not making lows, it's really range bound for hours at a time. Whatever idea you may have in mind in these longer outlooks, you're forever being threatened. And so you end up, changing your mind almost by design, right? The market is forcing you to give up on what may have been a good plan just because of this, right? So by putting a frame around it, you have expectancy, and whatever's in that frame, so be it. It's either worthwhile or it's not. It's not something we chase. I know I only have 4 or 5 clicks, and I'm not gonna, put them at random. I want to see the probability before I click my mouse. All right, slow and steady. Gots to love it. All right, so the next move is what we're planning for. Right? We just have to get there first. Right? Right up here. This area there. That would be sweet. Right? Baby steps, consistency is built in, and all we're doing is adding one winning day on top of a winning day on top of a winning day. Once in a while, we book a loss. It's part of the process, it's part of the game, it's expected, but it should not be 60% of your trades, right? That's what a 2-to-1 forces you to accept. Right? If you're targeting 2-to-1, you're forcing yourself to accept that it's okay to lose 60% of your trades. You may not be losing 60%, but statistically speaking, you can survive with 60% losers. And in real life, most people can't hack 60% losers. So what we've done here is we've lowered the bar as low as the bar can go. And now it's not a statistic that we're targeting, but instead consistency, that same amount over and over and over and over. And then we do it within limits and the window of opportunity. We've left very little to randomness, right? We've applied a rule for our behavior all the way down to, when you start clicking and when you stop clicking. Very few strategies look at the x-axis and you can see the results. Let's close a couple more winners. It's like they stop one micro pipette right in front of us just to have me say a few more words. Come on, people. There we go. Hail to the king. Just kidding. Just kidding. Red candle, recycle, boom, boom. Close to. It close to, I put one on, so I'm saving one in case we go a little deeper. How does it feel to be a garbage man in the recycling business? Waste disposal. Right. 20 more minutes, and I'll have to let you guys go. Maybe before then, we'll see. This right there, my break even does not relate to what you guys have on your chart because I'm still working with stuff from before. But you know, the trades that we've been doing collectively, we've been successful. That's the name of the game. Closed 4 more, maybe 5 here, I'm not sure. I think they're on top of each other. And then we can go to the beach. In Jasper, Alberta, the beach is glacial fed. It's glacier water. It's just above freezing. Come on, 3 more and we're done. That'll be a nice little shot for the video. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I could close them manually, but I really don't want to interfere. No, if it's to be, it's to be. If it's coming back, it's giving me opportunities to recycle. All right. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to stop it now. There we go. All right, so this is our trading session for today, folks. Let's take a picture of this, and that's what will be uploaded. All right, everyone, if you're still trading, you know the plan, right? We want to sell from 780 or above, right? Any kind of higher high, you want to be participating on the sell side temporarily, and then tomorrow might be a different day. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.